Next thing is creating or doing measurements on this part. So to do that, you go here to inspection, and now I had it open already, but you have to, usually this is going to be closed, so you just click on this icon and you get this nice tool. And how we use that, if I, oh sorry, actually have to show everything. For example, what I can measure right now immediately is the diameter of this cylinder, for example. So how we do that is just click on this. So either you can click on the cylinder itself, but usually I click on the name, because then otherwise I have to aim, and if it's somewhere here, I might be clicking then on the mesh itself. So I just click on the name usually. And now you see first there's nothing available, but when you select a cylinder, you can then check, like click this icon and you can check diameter, for example. And then it gives you, so when you just straight open it here, now it's giving you some value, the value that the cylinder is actually the actual diameter of the cylinder. But what you are supposed to put here is the nominal dimension that you get from the technical drawing. And right now, like, we can't know for this what it was, but let's say, I guess 15.6 millimeters. And then there is the tolerance here. So usually we are using manual, so you can manually say it can be, so if it's like this, it means it can be 15.6 plus minus 0.1 millimeter. So if it's like this, you have that it's plus minus this value, but if you click here, now here you can also change. It can be, for example, 15.6 plus 0.1 or minus 0.2. And for example, if I say OK here, so now here it says you have the nominal dimension, so what it's supposed to be, actual, what it is, and then you have here the deviation, so how much it's standing out of that. And then here you have check. This is then showing visually how much it's out, and if it's green, it means that it's good. If it would show that it's yellow, it means that it's still okay, but it's on the border. And then if it's red, it means that it's the part is out of tolerance, so it means it's not okay. It needs to be fixed or made again. And now I think I can't directly measure anything else, but for example, I can show how to measure the distance between this plane here and this bottom. So sorry, I'll just show the mesh right now. So this here, so we have this top plane already, and this dimension measuring can be a little bit tricky, or it's not difficult, but you have to kind of, it's not always done the way that you would think is done. It's sometimes not totally logical, for me at least, but it's always, you can always do it. So how we can measure the distance between these two is, so we have this one plane, we are going to make another plane that is here. Then we have to make the intersection point. Actually, we already have the intersection point from here. And then we have to make the intersection point of the plane that we are going to build here and this center line. So first thing, we have to make the plane here. So construct plane, fitting plane, and let's see if this is going to work now. If I hold Control and press the left button, yeah, it doesn't really find a good place. So well, they are such good or maybe let's try. If I select on surface, let's see, because now I'm going to be not selecting a lot of those. And now I'll just select triangle, and can I move that? No. And I'll just manually quickly do this clicking here. And so right now this is not enough to make a good plane. We have to still select also on this here. So let's see if it will grab it now. No, we have to do the same. Oh, actually, what did I select here? Oh yeah, okay, this one is okay. I think this I'll just have to click with the triangle tool. It's not going to take so long. Oh, yeah, this is a problem. I have fitting line, not fitting plane. So I'll just go back. Fitting plane. Yeah, but I still had that selected from before, so it's okay. And let's see if now it will. Yeah, now it automatically selects around. Okay, this is good. Create and close. And now I have to create, so if I show this cylinder again, so I have to create an intersection point between this plane that we have just created and this center line of the cylinder. So I go to construct point and intersection point. So line is cylinder, intersects plane 5 is the one that we built now, yes. Create and close. So now we have a point here and a point here, and now we can actually already make the dimension or like measure. So this is when you are measuring the distance between 2 points. This is now a two-step process. First you go to construct distance, 2 points distance, and now I'll just select point 1, point 2 and say, so it also shows you here where they are. Now they're inside. It's a bit hard to see, but sometimes if you don't know which one, if you have many, you can kind of see like this where they should be. So I can say now create and close. So now there is this dimension here, but there's no, you don't have that the numbers that I was showing you before. So you have to now select this dimension here. You could do it also directly, but now it's hidden. You take this, same as before, take this icon and you say distance. And so here you can change the name if you want. If you are doing some inspection, you might have on the drawing marked this is dimension 1, dimension 2 and 3 and so on. So you can change this if necessary, but I'll leave it how it is now right now. So check against fixed value. I'm guessing this should be 13.5 and let's say plus minus 0.1 millimeter, and Now this is actually, you see it's red, so it's out of the tolerance. And next step that we do when we are doing inspections is, so right now here you see this cylinder, but you don't see the numbers, so that's because these measurements are hidden. So you have to go here to inspection and you show it like this. And what I would do now is I can say I'm going to prepare a report page. So we make a report out of these measurements and then we send it to the customer. And right now this if I click here, you can't see where this dimension is taken. And if you want to fix that you see where it is, you have to click here on these numbers. And now you have this blue point here. And now just drag this blue point out like this. And so now you have, because before we had this is the dimension that we have created, and this is the measured dimension, or like inspection dimension. So they were joined in together, but when you click here in the middle and then drag the blue point, you separate them. So now we can actually hide this, and the shortcut for hiding is I, and then so invisible, and then the shortcut for show is V, so like visible. So I'll hide it, or of course you can also do it here, but it's usually faster if you can just do it like this, and those are hidden now. And now to create the report page, I just take this camera button, click that, and now there are different ways, different templates that you can use. So for example, I'll take, let's see, is this, maybe not necessary, let's say just 3D. So I put title, whatever, nothing, what now, and now you can still adjust this view. So now I'm holding the middle button and you can adjust the view. You can also rotate it still. You can, so basically this is just same as normal, and you can also use these. So, and I think these, so you can change the size of these ones here. For example, like this, or it can be a bit more in the middle. And just OK. And it's important that you get this right, because like I said before, if you can't fix it. If you mess it up, if I say OK and I want to fix that, I can't fix it because we have the free version. But actually it's quite easy. It's not so difficult to for example, if I have a lot of different things shown, and I want to just fix that report page. So this report page is saved here. If I now want to fix something here, I can just drag this in and I get the exact configuration that I had to create the dimension. And so then I can just again like do the changes that I want here, or like take another and do the changes, some changes here, and you can save a new report page like that. But about reporting I'm going to explain more later, but for now it's just enough that you know what it is and how to do it. So when you are doing this measurements, you are going to have to build a lot of different geometries. So same as what I've been showing you, but here you can see there are really many different ways to do things. And I'm not going to explain each of these. Same as before, like if I can explain this, but it's going to be a 5 hour video. I think it's easier and faster if you just click it and check what it is. And actually you can see a lot of it already through the just what the title is. But yeah, if you don't know, you can click it and check the help and see what it is. And I think maybe you don't have to do everything, but check some at least. And actually here, one thing, when you are creating points, here are some things, but then you still have other. Here under other, you have many different things still that you can do. It can be quite useful. There are many different ways to do it. And same for the distance. There are many different ways how to do the distance. And I think if you just try to do some measurements here, you will quickly learn how to do it. And then the last thing is actually here, when you go to report, here all the report pages are going to be, but basically the only thing that you can do here is change the order in which the report pages are. Okay, I think this is all you need to know for this inspection. There are these other things, but we'll talk about those later because they are used for different kind of inspection. And also there is the geometrical tolerances, but also those we can leave for now. You can of course check them out, but I won't be talking about those right now.